Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News. Fans, Bachelor Nation shows are entertaining, but the main purpose of the show is for the contestants to find love. Bachelor in Paradise has had more success with that than the other shows in the franchise, but not all love stories start on camera. Two contestants from Season 10 were recently spotted together on what looked like a date. What's going on? 2 nights of paradise this week. Bachelor in Paradise returned to TV last week with a supersized 3-hour episode. The Season 10 premiere saw the start of love connections that might lead to engagements, as well as 4 heartbreaking eliminations. Sam McKinney, Hakeem Moulton, Kyle Howard, and Ricky Marinas were the first eliminations of Season 10, but they won't be the last. The rose ceremonies continue in tonight's episode. But viewers won't see the arrival of the golden contestants tonight. ABC previously announced that Season 10 will feature cast-offs from The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette. Jesse Palmer teased that the seniors partied harder than the younger generation. Some Bachelor Nation fans are only interested in watching the Goldens take over the beach. They finally arrive in a special episode airing on Tuesday, July 14th. Unlike tonight's 3-hour episode, the episode airing tomorrow is just 2 hours. Season 10 contestants spotted on a date. Viewers always want to see the Bachelor Nation shows end in a happy engagement. Season 9 of Bachelor in Paradise ended in 2 engagements and 1 happy relationship, but all 3 couples broke up shortly after filming. Season 7 of BIP has the most successful track record, even though a few of the relationships ended during the season finale. Becca Kufrin and Thomas Jacobs, as well as Abigail Heringer and Noah Erb, broke up at the end of the season, but the couples reconnected after filming and are now all happily married. 2 of the 3 season finale engagements, Serena Pitt and Joe Amabile, and Kenny Brosh and Mary Pepin, also resulted in marriages. Season 9 of Bachelor in Paradise did result in 1 relationship, but not on screen. Braden Bowers connected with Bachelor Nation star Christina Mandrell after leaving the beach. They quietly tied the knot at the end of 2024. Another possible Bachelor in Paradise reportedly happened after filming was over. Reality Steve reported that Sam McKinney was spotted on a date with another contestant from Season 10, Allie Jo Hanks. They were spotted at 2 different venues in Fort Lauderdale, Florida over the weekend. Allie Jo lives in Fort Lauderdale, but Sam McKinney does not. They were spotted leaving a restaurant together, though Reality Steve wasn't clear if they left as a couple or just friends. He did, however, discover Sam McKinney in the background of one Allie Jo's Instagram stories posts. They both had short stays on Bachelor in Paradise, but weren't on the show at the same time. Do you think sparks flew once the cameras went down? Contestants spotted on date after show. Sparks fly beyond the beach. Post-Paradise whispers. The Mexican sunsets had faded, the cameras had stopped rolling, and the last rose had long since been handed out. Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 had wrapped with a swirl of drama, romance, and controversy. Some couples left engaged, some heartbroken, and others lingering in the shadows, unresolved. But even after the final rose aired, and Bachelor Nation had weighed in with their tweets, Reddit theories, and podcast recaps, there was one pair who kept fans wondering. Madeline James, the confident and unapologetic fan favorite from Zach Shawcross's season, and Noah Reid, the charming wild card from Charity Lawson's run, had barely interacted on the show. Sure, there had been a few stolen glances during the bonfire party and an infamous game of truth or dare, but producers didn't spotlight them as a thing. Now, weeks after the finale aired, paparazzi had captured the most unexpected twist of all. The sight that sparked everything. It started as a quiet Tuesday afternoon in Los Angeles. Madeline had flown in for a podcast interview with former Bachelorette Tayshia Adams, while Noah was supposedly back in Nashville, bartending and collaborating with a wellness brand. But TMZ was quick to break the headline. BIP Season 10 Bombshell. Madeline James and Noah Reid spotted on intimate dinner date in West Hollywood. Photos followed. Blurry, but damning. Madeline in a body-hugging red silk dress, her signature curls cascading over her shoulders. Noah was all Southern charm in a fitted black button-down. He was leaning in across a candlelit table. They weren't hiding. They looked comfortable, even flirty. The story exploded. Instagram accounts posted side-by-sides with their BIP clips. Twitter lit up with hashtag #Mada, a rough ship name admittedly. But Bachelor fans wanted answers. How? When? Why? Rewind to paradise. Flashback to week 3 of filming in Sayulita. Noah had just been dumped by Kelsey T in a brutal tequila-fueled confrontation. Meanwhile, Madeline was fresh off rejecting 3 men in a row. She wasn't going to settle. She said, "I'm not here to play house. I want real chemistry." One night, when most of the cast had gone to bed or snuck off to the boom boom room, Noah and Madeline found themselves alone on the beach, wrapped in hoodies, barefoot in the sand. You ever feel like you're almost meant to be the villain just so people can root against you? Madeline had asked, throwing a shell into the waves. Noah laughed. "I think you and I are just too self-aware. That doesn't play well on TV." The moment was brief. No kiss, no dramatic music swell, but it lingered, unedited, unshown, and apparently unforgettable. After Paradise, the DMs begin. Once filming ended, most contestants returned home and slowly re-entered reality. Instagram collabs, brand deals, group chats, and anxiety over how they'd be edited dominated their lives. For Madeline, the post-Paradise period was rocky. She'd been framed as too picky, and Bachelor Nation wasn't always kind. She posted a cheeky TikTok mocking how a girl can't be opinionated without being labeled difficult, and Noah commented, "At least you didn't get emotionally unavailable tattooed on your forehead, like I did." The comment got over 15,000 likes. From there, the DMs flew. Voice notes, memes, long late-night chats, and then the decision was made. "I'm coming to LA. You owe me tacos," he texted. So that's how they ended up at Gracias Madre, tucked in the back booth, sipping spicy margaritas and laughing louder than the rest of the room combined. Madeline hadn't worn makeup. Noah hadn't brought a hat. They weren't trying to hide. What no one expected was that the dinner would go until nearly midnight, or that they'd walk out hand in hand, her head leaning on his shoulder. Bachelor alums started buzzing. Even hosts Jesse Palmer and Wells Adams texted each other, "Did you see this?" The morning after, Madeline woke up to her phone vibrating off the bedside table. Hundreds of texts, DMs from verified accounts, one from Nick Viall asking if she wanted to come on the Viall Files to set the record straight. She rolled over. Noah was in her kitchen, shirtless, making coffee. He handed her a mug with a smirk. "So, are we breaking the internet?" She laughed. "I think the internet already broke." Going public, kinda. Despite the media frenzy, Madeline and Noah didn't rush to confirm anything. They didn't post a couple selfie, they didn't do a soft launch. They just kept hanging out, quietly, steadily, and more often. Spotted at Erewhon, spotted hiking Runyon Canyon, spotted holding hands at a Carity Gala. Bachelor Nation podcasts speculated constantly. I think it's PR. They're trauma bonding over bad edits. They're actually kind of perfect together. When Bachelor Happy Hour finally got them on a joint Zoom call, fans lost it. "So, are you guys dating?" Michelle Young asked. Madeline shrugged. "Define dating." Noah grinned. "We defined it as, like, never wanting to be apart." Cue fan meltdown. The conflict no one saw coming. Things were going well. Too well. Until an influencer T page leaked screenshots of a text conversation between Noah and another BIPcast member, Ashley D., who had briefly flirted with him during week 1. The texts weren't damning, but they were flirty. Bachelor Nation turned fast. Hashtag Noah exposed trended. Madeline didn't post anything for 3 days. Then, out of nowhere, she posted a black and white video montage of her and Noah at the beach, in the car, laughing on a couch. Over it, she wrote, "We're not perfect, but we're honest." The make or break moment. Noah went on clickbait to clarify. "I was texting Ashley as a friend. I should have been clearer. I get why Madeline was mad, but she knows me." Madeline wasn't impressed. That night, she reportedly left a dinner party early in tears. A source told Us Weekly, "She's scared of being humiliated. This is why she didn't dote on the show." Noah showed up at her apartment with flowers and a printout screenshot of every sweet thing she'd ever texted him. "So you don't forget who we are," he said. She slammed the door, then opened it 5 seconds later. Happily, whatever comes next. 2 weeks later, Madeline and Noah posted a joint statement on Instagram. A carousel of candid photos, no filters, just them being weird and real. Caption, "We weren't looking for each other. We didn't fall in love on the beach. We fell in respect, in trust, afterward. Paradise didn't give us a love story. Real life did." Not a fantasy suite. Still mad for Noah. Bachelor Nation erupted. Even Caitlin Bristow commented, "Now this is the rom-com we needed." After the after show, Madeline and Noah didn't join Bachelor in Paradise Season 11. They weren't spotted at Stagecoach. They didn't do ads for FabFitFun. They moved in together 6 months later into a loft in Silver Lake. Noah started bartending at a speakeasy he partly invested in. Madeline launched a podcast called The Edit, where she interviewed reality stars about what didn't make the final cut. In episode 3, Noah was the guest. "So," she asked on air, "when did you know?" He smiled. "When you stole my hoodie that night on the beach." She raised an eyebrow. "I never gave that back." He said, "Good. It looks better on you." And just like that, a story that Bachelor Nation never got to see turned out to be the most real one of all.